This is the homework for 367, 368, and 369. In problem 367A, how much do you predict Teresa would earn after working 5 hours? I predicted that Teresa would earn $30 after working 5 hours. And I did that because I know that she earns $12 for 2 hours and $18 for 3 hours. So 2 hours plus 3 hours equals 5 hours. And in 2 hours, if she makes $12, and 3 hours she makes $18, total of 5 hours equals $30. In B, you need to use the unit rate to explain how you can find Teresa's earnings if she works for X hours. Well, I found the unit rate by the total money earned over the number of hours. So we have the dependent over the independent, the Y over the X. And she makes $12 in 2 hours, so 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So the unit rate is $6 per hour. After X number of hours, she would 6 times X dollars. For part C, you need to create a graph of Teresa's earnings over time. Well, I labeled the y-axis total dollars and the x-axis number of hours. The dependent money, independent number of hours. Remember, time will always be the independent variable. To plot the points, 1 hour, $6, 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 5 times 6 is 30. As long as you can justify your answer, you can determine this to be a continuous graph or discrete. If you were to say this was a discrete graph, you could say you could break hours into partial hours. So you can have a fraction of an hour and you can have a fraction of money. So you would connect the points. But you could also say, well, she can't work 1/100th of an hour and get paid for that. Or she couldn't be paid 1/100th of a penny. So as long as you can justify your answer, discrete or continuous would be a valid answer. In problem 368, you need to solve the equation and fill in the missing work to solve for x. So we have the given equation, and in order to first solve this equation, we need to flip the tiles from the negative region to the positive region. So this would be a negative group of 2x minus 4. We could also say this is the distributive property. We're going to distribute this negative to each term. Opposite of 2x is negative 2x. Opposite of negative 4, positive 4. Next, we're going to remove 3x from both sides. We do that by the inverse property of addition, which is subtraction. This created a 0 pair on the right, 0 pair on the left. Now we're going to do the inverse property of addition, which is subtraction, or we're going to take away 4 from both sides. Created a 0 pair, and here we have 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 4 equals 0. Next, we're going to divide both sides by negative 2, or the inverse property of multiplication. Created a giant 1 Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. 1 multiplied by x is x. What you do to one side, you do to the other. 0 divided by negative 2 equals 0. So x equals 0. In problem 369, you need to complete the diamond problems. To get the bottom value, you add the 2 outside. To get the top value, you multiply the 2 outside values. 3 1/2 plus 1/2 is 4. 3 1/2 multiplied by 1/2 is 7/4. To multiply this, I turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. To do that, 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and you keep the denominator. So it's 7/2 multiplied by 1/2. When you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators. 7 multiplied by 1 is 7, and then you multiply the denominators. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 7 plus a negative 4 is 3. It's just 7 minus 4. 7 multiplied by a negative 4 is negative 28. 7 plus what number will give us negative 15? Well, negative 7 plus negative 8 is negative 15. And negative 7 multiplied by negative 8 gives us positive 56. This time we had to find two numbers that when the sum would equal 7 and the product would equal 10. And that's 2 plus 5 equals 7. 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10.